Fix this. Instagram. Is it sideways? What?
I'm laughing at myself.
Me too. Holy crap.
Looking all crazy.
I still ain't even dinner yet.
You started on Instagram?
Instagram. Yes, I think so.
How do I find it?
If it's not sideways, pull up the comment. Pull up the. You should say right there. It's not coming in yet. Refresh your phone. Okay, so what's up, guys? This is kind of a spur of the moment thing. We had to rush to get all this set up and get everything done. But it's good to hear from all you guys. It's been a long time since we did one of these. Things have been really, really busy. I know I say that every time we do these things, but this was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I didn't get a video out this week, so I said, you know what, let's do it. You know, another Friday night session. I'm gonna bring this in on our YouTube channel, so that way whatever we cover, the information that we talk about, will be there for review down the road if you guys ever need to go back and look at it. So what's going on? I can't. Just want to let you guys know, this is a quick setup. I can't read some of these comments here on Instagram, but Richard here is gonna.
I can't even see it yet.
Richard, you can't even see it yet. It's not even online. Richard's gonna read them out for us. It's been a busy week, man. It's not just this week, but in general, it's been crazy. We've I think me and Richard we had almost a crisis today. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We had to jump through some hoops for a couple hours and get some things straightened out. Just a couple tips, do's and don'ts for you guys. Ran into a major problem. Ended up having to go through the entire incubator, redo every single egg in the incubator, every single clutch in the incubator. So it was a handful. We've been kind of kicking it out all day, and I figure why not take a breath. So what else is going on? I appreciate everyone that listened to my rant the other night, took the time to express my concerns over the logo idea. That was put to bed very quickly, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. So what's going on? Same old shit. So
Another day, another dollar. Just trying to make it work in this snake world.
I haven't ate today, so I'm gonna dig into this. All of you guys here in the chat room or on Instagram, YouTube doesn't throw a time limit on us like Instagram does. So if this thing goes past the Instagram time limit, you guys go over to the Constriction Addiction page or go to the Constriction Addiction channel on YouTube, and you can continue the live feed there. So we went through a lot in the last couple of weeks. Eggs are starting to come in. I think I have only my second clutch pipping as of right now. So we're a little bit behind this season, but we'll make up for it in the long run. But everything's looking good. Let's see, Repticon Raleigh's this weekend. What else is going on? I don't think there was many shows this weekend. Are you still not pulling it up? How old is that phone?
It's a Google Pixel, man. Last year's, homie. What's up?
Oh my God. Okay. So if you can't pull these comments up, John, can you pull the comments up?
Yeah, that'll move that one over here.
Where's my iPad? I just got a new computer this week, and I haven't new iMac, and I haven't got it set up yet. And So we're just trying to wing this right now. You got it? Yeah, I know. Instagram.
Oh, I don't have Instagram.
Yeah. So seriously,
Yeah.
close your app and restart it. So anyways, so I'll go ahead and start while I munch down on some of this food. So Richard comes in today. He comes down every Friday, which is what started this Friday Night Live thing. And I don't remember what we were doing, but for some reason we pulled eggs today, or we were going through the incubator today. And
Yeah,
so,
we had a girl up there that weighed, and we were going to set her up in the tub.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. So, I talked about it some in the podcast I did with Sean Bradley years ago. I never used fans in my incubators at all whatsoever. But I noticed as I would get a lot of clutches in there, I would start to run into some problems. The humidity and the condensation would build up from, the lack of airflow. So this year I went in and I put in these tanning bed fans in my incubator, and they run on 120 volts, and I put one per level because I always do everything overkill and to an extreme. So I put them in there, and everything was working fine. And we just so happened to pull one of the clutches today. We pulled one clutch, and I'm like, something's not right. These are really dry. The eggs are really dry. And on top of that, I've always used a really fine vermiculite on top of that. And I've talked Richard here. A lot of well-known breeders use the really coarse stuff. They like the coarse stuff. So I said, well, I'll give it a try. So, I changed two things at one time, which was the number one mistake. And so I was thinking it was the vermiculite. I'm like, well, maybe I'm just not getting the mixture right, because the coarse does mix up a little bit different than the fine. The measurement is a little bit different. So we go in there, we pull out the first clutch, and I'm like, hey, this looks a little dry. Let's go pull another. Pulled another clutch that hadn't been in there maybe like 7 days. And it was completely bone dry. The eggs were crinkling, and we started going through clutches, and it just got worse. So what had happened is I put too many fans in the incubator. I had 3 of those fans in there. So we had to go through this afternoon and literally redo every single clutch that's in my incubators right now. We had a mess. We had vermiculite everywhere. It was a mess.
Yeah, the floor's still shining over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So, so the rule of that is the whole point of that is you don't need a whole lot of airflow in those incubators. You definitely just want something to trickle. I've got one fan in there now, and we changed things up a little bit. Closed up some holes and stuff like that. But the weird thing is the clutches at the top are within a week of hatching, and they're completely fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. But the clutches on the bottom, that were in the bottom of the incubator, I think there was 2 clutches. We lost half the clutch. Just because they were that dry. And out of those 2 clutches, I still don't know if I'm going to be able to save them. I'm trying, but it's little mistakes like that end up costing you in the long run. You spend 3.5 years raising that female. You spend 6 months breeding it. You wait for 45 days on the eggs. You get the eggs, and then it all comes down to one little simple mistake of your fans. Putting too many fans in an incubator. Yeah. So definitely, this stuff is very tedious, and one mistake can cost you a lot of years. And you really have to stay on top of things for sure. So, what else this week? Went down to Justin's this week. Took him some raptor chip. Hung out with him. It's always a good time. Got to see some amazing animals. Been working, trying to get those YouTube videos up. Working on camera settings and things like that. Trying to get them, where they're accurate and right. But for the most part, it's been really busy lately. We haven't even really had a ton of clutches really come in. It's kind of strange to me because I'm used to so many clutches, and this year it's just not like that. Just from downsizing over the years and some of the other things going on. So you got it yet?
No, I'm using John's phone. I don't know what the hell's going on.
So what we may do is end up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna think about this, but I may end up doing some, set up 2 or 3 screens here where we can do multiple outlets at one time. Maybe show some clutches and stuff. I know there's some cool babies in the egg right now, but we'll wait on those to come out before we show them. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we done this, and it's definitely overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely overdue.
Yeah, we get some questions there. We get comments about press and seal in the incubator. I know when I first did mine a couple times, my first couple seasons, I used press and seal on my tubs because I had the same issue on the first incubator. I had wasn't so much the fan. I think the fan was pushing too much CFM, and it was drying things out, and I had holes in the tubs, and so I had to plug the holes up and use the press and seal. That stuff does work pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just getting the setup that works for you. I've got
and that's what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean,
I've got a really low CFM
mm-hmm.
fan in mine, and just use the latching tubs. I won't use the press and seal anymore. I haven't really to, but.
Well, I'm eating dinner, guys. Sorry, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So it's just going to have to happen. I'm sorry.
Chew with your mouth closed.
The press and seal I never used. I know Justin, I talked with him a good bit about it. He said he used it for a little bit. I don't think he's using it now. But every incubator that you ever build is just like everyone's snake room. Everybody's place is different. Everybody's incubator is different. And you just got to pay attention and tweak it and figure out what's going to make it click and what's going to make it work for you. I had one last year where I tried this little experiment, and I tried running the heat tape around the sides instead of down the back. I didn't think it would make that much difference, but it did. I ended up messing up some clutches, and just sometimes the simpler thing is sometimes the easier thing to do, just depending on what your situation is. If you can. I almost went back to the fine vermiculite because I knew exactly the mixture. I knew exactly what I needed. But we went ahead and continued on with the course. So it's just trial and error. It's experience. That's why sometimes the experience and the value of people that can help you is worth its weight in gold. Especially if it can save you years on mistakes and errors and things like that. So I'm gonna eat some more. What do you got?
Eat some more.
Eat some more.
Where can we get some CA t-shirts?
Where can you get some CA t-shirts?
Just say that.
Yeah. I usually offer them to my customers. It's kind of like the Addicted group on Facebook. It's kind of a customer type thing. Of course, we want you representing CA. Of course, we definitely want your support. But I would say contact me, PM me, let me know what you need, what size. I'll see if I have those sizes. And we'll see if we can get you a CA shirt. See that. Yeah.
Mike McGrath says, "What's up, brother?"
What's going on, Mr. McGrath? He called me a while back and ended up picking up that screaming OD vanilla spider female. And he's a pleasure to deal with. He's a really cool guy. Really cool guy. Glad you're here, Mike. But he he's got a very selective collection, really nice collection. So it's always a joy to have him around.
I want to know what you're eating. Chick-fil-A, if you must know.
Chick-fil-A.
Waffle fries.
We worked pretty hard today. We flew through those clutches, and then we jumped in on a baby rack. And at 8 o'clock, I run and got a milkshake. And Chick-fil-A, we got back here at like 8:40. We started scrambling, trying to throw everything together, trying to get this live feed up. And I did get to finish my milkshake, but I haven't finished eating, so I'm going to scarf for a little bit, guys. I'm hungry. But I'll answer the best I can, and if you can't understand because I got a mouthful of food, then I'll repeat it or whatever I got to do. So, yep.
Mahogany. What you doing with mahoganies this year?
What am I doing?
Mm-hmm. Besides feeding.
Some cool stuff. Mahoganies. What am I guess the better question would be, what am I not doing with mahoganies? That would be the better question. I think mahogany was an extremely underrated gene, and I think we're getting ready to see it. I think mahoganies are getting ready to be a big thing. I think Justin's proved that with the Summa Pod. And I know there's a lot more to come from mahoganies. A lot. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. What we got?
Well, more comments on your racks. Everybody loves the green racks, man. I like you. I wish the light would pick up the sparkles on them.
I do too.
You can't really see them all that good.
I do too. I have to bring the big lights in here or something. We'll play with this little setup a little more and see if we can get a better picture for you guys. I don't know. I know this YouTube picture. This is just like a webcam or something like that. It's not very big, and so I don't expect the picture to be fantastic. But I don't even know how the audio is. I didn't even hook the mic up. So hopefully you guys can understand me with a mouthful of food.
I think we should do a blacklight show.
Blacklight show?
Yeah.
We might do that one night. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
Just like pull random, just pull random stuff out and be like, guess what this is under the black light.
Yeah, I remember, when the one of the first times I come down here and Daniel had the black lights all across the top, and Brittany had these fluorescent colored cards all on the tubs, and they flipped them lights on. It was like, whoa, what the hell? And they started pulling out snakes, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I got into that pretty heavy at one point. Believe it or not, guys, we use black lights to. People's like, what is he talking about black lights? People will use black lights to, look for a pattern in a white snake, right? Okay. Well, you can do a lot more with it than just look for pattern in a white snake.
Mm-hmm.
We spend a significant amount of time looking at animals under black lights. And believe it or not, there's a lot of underlying traits that you can pick up with a black light that you can't see under an incandescent day bulb. That is that could be very helpful to your collection. And I'll give you a prime example. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do that.
I remember that night. I went home about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pulling drawers out, and I'm shining lights all over everything. What the hell?
So I'll give you a prime example. About 5 years ago, when we were doing this a whole lot, I had two albinos. This was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I had two albinos that were, both of them were 50% half pod. So I pull an albino out, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. That's really cool. Then I pulled albino lesser out, and that was really cool. And then an albino cinnamon, that was really cool. But then I pulled this other albino out, and I went, whoa, what is going on here? And believe it or not, I knew immediately under that black light which albino was het pod and which albino was not het pod. I still have those animals, believe it or not. And there's no, if you just look at them under an incandescent light bulb, you would never know either one of them was het pod. But you turn the black light on, no lights, and you put both those animals under the black light, it's night and day difference. There's no question. So I knew very quickly before I ever proved those girls out which one was going to prove and which one wasn't. So also hypomelanism, het hypo. They have they have an orange, almost an orangish belly, and orange flames that go up the side, almost like a yellow belly. So the hypomelanistic trait is also visible under, even if it's just a het. Sometimes even the hets will show. I'm sorry, not the visual hypos, but a het hypo. You could tell a het hypo because it had orange, tint to the belly, orange flames, almost like a yellow belly that you could not see in an incandescent under an incandescent light bulb. So sometimes sometimes little things like that can help, save you a couple years when you're trying to figure out what's what. But there's a lot of underlying pigment that we do not see under an incandescent light bulb. I'll tell you that. So
Everybody be running to Spencer tonight buying black lights.
yeah. I probably should do it again. I haven't done it in years, but we did though. You saw it.
Yeah, I already got some of them comment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that now.
I'm telling you, we'll have to do that one night on a feed or something and show everybody what we're talking about. But it blew me away. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God. Like there was no denying which one was het. You could put 5 albinos on the table, and that one that was het, no question. It was a completely different color. It was almost silverish. It was really weird, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, flip me out.
Yep. So
tell us about your podcast.
which one?
The Snakes and the Fat Man.
We're good. I had a good time on that. Chris Eaton, I've listened to his podcast a good bit, and I wasn't really sure how it was going to go at first, but after talking with Chris off of the podcast and talking in depth with him, Chris is a fantastic guy. He's a really great guy. We had a good time. It went about 2 hours, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I think I got a lot of good feedback from it. I think people, I think I helped a lot of people with the information that was given. And hopefully it will help a lot of people. Hopefully they'll remember that podcast, and hopefully they'll remember some of that information that, that was handed out there, because a lot of the stuff that I talked about that podcast, that stuff didn't come easy. I had to beat my head against the wall for, 10 months to figure a lot of that stuff out, a lot of the care, a lot of the husbandry. And, every time I talked to someone else, they would either not tell me or they didn't have a clue, one or the other. I'm not really sure, but, we figured all that out, and they're doing well. They're doing great. They're fat. They're healthy. So I was very pleased with the podcast. Very pleased. So, why are you upside down?
On my back, hang
Are
on
you?
my feet. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep eating. I'm hungry.
keep eating.
Keep eating. So, how long have we been doing?
Constriction, addiction, black lights. There you go.
That's right.
Another marketing tool, man.
Sounds good.
Complete set of instructions. $99.95.
Yep. Constriction, addiction, black lights. So, everything in this business is a learning curve. Everything you do is a learning curve. Just like when I brought in these Freedom Breeder and ARS racks. I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I was still trying to figure it out because they're completely different than plastic racks. And I ended up making a mistake this year. I was talking with some other breeders, Justin and Freedom Breeder and some other guys that had them. And they run their ambient temperatures a lot higher than I run mine. So about June the 2nd, June the 3rd, I run my temps back up because I felt like I needed to be a little warmer on my hot spots and things like that. Well, I was about halfway. I guess we were about 50% through the season as far as egg laying, clutches in the incubator. And so half of them went from, like, what are you doing? Oh, half of them went from like 1.2 and jumped up to like 2.9, big jump in follicle growth. The other half of them, done. That's it. So 25% of my season just took off because I made one mistake by raising my temps 2 degrees. And it's little things like that can make or break your season. We're still going to have a fantastic season. I'm not worried about it at all. And it just, honestly, it just pushes the success that much further out, which is sometimes that's the best thing to do. That just means we're going to have that much bigger of a year this year. So it doesn't really bother me that much. It just lets the girls, get a little fatter and do some things. Put on a little weight, rest, and get a good year off. And usually they give you a huge clutch that following year. So I'm not sweating it too much. But we've got some good stuff coming, and we're really excited about it. And I can't wait to hopefully have some showstoppers.
Yeah. Any of them you can talk about? What's your most anticipated one that you care to tell?
Oh, sorry, we got a cramp.
And I'm off the fries.
Seriously, we just got a cramp. It's hurt. Most anticipated that I care to talk about. Well, we got that male that we took a lot of bets on in Tinley on what it was, and I was right, by the way, JT, Mike Breezy. I was right, by the way. Thank you. You owe me pizza in Tinley this year, for sure. I don't know how many of them I can actually talk about, honestly. I've trimmed down so much that it's either I don't want to talk about it because I may miss it, or I don't want to talk about it because it's something that we're going to reveal this year at Tinley Park, or man, I honestly can't give you a whole lot of stuff, guys, right now. Trying to think of something. Most of the stuff I don't want to talk about. I really don't. I hate to bum you guys out, but I promise you it'll be worth the wait. I promise you that. So, what we got?
Yeah, you're going to have to make that trip again to find out. He says you're going to have to make that trip from PA again because you're not going to tell anybody anything. So you have to come see it.
I just,
What a bummer.
It's I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. The thing about YouTube and all is I'm still trying to get my my camera and stuff right. I was really upset about the weather video. I broke my lens somewhere in that video, and the colors were off a little bit. I didn't do the animal justice, and I'm a little upset about it. I don't want to I don't want to shortchange my animals because we work really hard to produce these high quality animals, these beautiful animals. And I want to share them with you guys in full force. I want you to see them as they truly are and not faded out through bad camera settings or whatever the case may be. So honestly, I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row while I'm still trying to run the business, RCs and everything else, trying to keep up with all these animals, and still trying to get this stuff. Once I get this stuff right, I'm really going to flow on videos weekly, get this stuff out to you guys, start releasing some new combos and things like that. I'm still on the fence of whether I want to start debuting these combos on YouTube and Instagram live, or whether I'm actually going to, release them in Tinley Park. A lot of people are not able to make it to Tinley Park, and I feel like sometimes that shorthands things a little bit. So I'm not sure about that yet, but I promise I'm working on it, and these things are going to get better. I promise.
Yeah, that was one of the questions. Do you have the wither in other than ultramail? What do you have wither in that's worth talking about?
Nothing. I've just been working it through ultramail right now. I haven't honestly haven't put it in any other project. I want to. I just haven't got that far. I did breed it to bred it to a leopard blade clown female this year, so I put it in the clown this year. But that's it. That's as far as I've gotten with it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to Tinley.
I love Tinley. I just hate the drive. It's. I mean, by the time I drive, all the way up there, what is it, 13, 14 hours for us, getting packed up all week long, make sure everybody's going to be good while we're going, and then
It's a boring drive too.
Oh my God, it's flat
and boring.
I love going through the mountains, Tennessee and everything, going through the mountains, but once you get over the hills, it's like flat and it's just straight. And that road in Indiana is just atrocious. Like, it's atrocious. There's so much construction and potholes and everything. It's just, it's evil. But I really hope to see all you guys out there this October. I think it's gonna be great. I'm still on the fence about Daytona and whether I'm even going. I don't think I'm gonna Bend. I just last year Daytona was miserable for me. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable.
It's kind of good.
It was. I mean, it was, trying to do RC East and CA at one time, both shows. I mean, it was a handful. I'm not going to lie. It was rough. Very expensive show. I may call last minute and try to get a table for RC East, but more than likely I'll be there walking around, hanging out, but I highly doubt I'll be vending to Daytona this year. So.
Got to try driving west and like doing the Arlington show.
I've drove Arlington several times. Well, no, I drove it twice. Yep, when I was working in College Station. I drove. I split it up the first time. I drove 9 hours and then drove 8 hours, and then on the way home I drove it straight through. Yep, 17 hours straight through. That was rough. I've never been in a car so long in my life. So, but it is what it is, and I may fly. I'd like to actually fly out to Arlington and just hang out. Just go down there and hang out and go to Six Flags, and
That would be cool.
yeah, man, it's a neat place. It's a neat place. The show's not quite as big, but like I've always said, once you go to Tinley Park, it just pretty much flat ruins you all the way around. Are you getting any of these?
It makes it hard to. Well, not that you're that
Christopher
damn
Ann. Hey, Christopher. Richard. What's up, guys? Fans, eggs start dropping soon. Sorry, guys. I have been ignoring this whole YouTube comment thing. Yeah,
So you get that shows top, and then you get some here. It's
Yeah.
not showing up on this one. So
Yep, you get on one, you get on the other. So that's why I say I need to set it up where I got like 3 monitors here where I can keep up with everything.
small table at Atlanta Repticon. You gonna be doing any more Repticons, or you still?
No, not me. I'm done. I'm done. Small table at Atlanta. That's right. You know, I've grinded through Repticon. I've paid my dues. We had some good times back in those days, but you know, times have changed, and it's just time to move forward. So,
About Hamburg.
no, nope. There's no reason for me. Honestly, it'll be only the national trade shows for me, guys. I apologize for that, but it is so crucial to try to run a bunch of shows and keep up, quality collection, keep it the way it's supposed to be. Honestly, it's just not even feasible. Tinley twice a year is hard enough for me. Honestly, that 13, 14-hour drive twice a year. I watch all these guys get on a plane. They're there in an hour, hour and a half, and I'm like, I hate you guys. Like, completely hate you guys. They get to walk around, enjoy the show, no setup, no nothing. Believe me, I've thought about doing it. I've thought about just doing, YouTube and internet for these guys, and being able to go to the show and enjoy it like everybody else. Because that's honestly what I want to do. I don't want to be working. I want to be out there with you guys talking about the animals and enjoying them.
What's going on?
That's right. Yeah. Tinley is. When I started this business, it was never about sales for me. It was always about the animals. The next mutation, the what we could do with it, where we could go, and it just. And I think that's probably why a lot of people didn't hear about it until about last year. Just didn't care to really get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on, guys?
So when's your next video? Other than this, what we're doing?
Next video, dude, I should have got that video out, like working on it. Honestly, that's another thing. I'm trying to find the time to play with camera settings when we're not, in the shop cleaning. Richard come down today. We run into the egg crisis, and we're doing all that. And then I got hungry and had to get a milkshake.
Baby tubs.
Yep, cleaning baby tubs. John's in there cleaning right now while we're sitting here doing this live feed. I just, you guys, I had such great support the other night when things come up, and I haven't really sat down with you guys. I felt like I at least owed it to you to sit down and, take the time out to sit down and talk with you guys, let you know what's been going on here. I'm working on the videos. I got my new computer in sometime this week. I haven't even unboxed it yet. Richard's been like stabbing at me all day. Okay, to set this new computer up, and I haven't even unboxed it yet. Like I'm trying. I'm gonna get there, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get the new videos up.
Yeah, because you just got a hello from Indonesia.
Indonesia,
Yes, sir.
that's awesome. Fantastic. That is very fantastic.
What's the best snake you can show us?
The best snake that I can show you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this live feed worth it for you guys. I'm gonna make it worth it for you guys.
Pull it out, brother.
Pull it. Hey, easy now. We're on camera. Stop that.
Anything that motivates him. That's what I'm talking
We're coming, hang on.
Anybody want to buy a cat? There's about 4 of them running around here. Trying to sell your cats, Daniel.
Why?
Why not?
Oh.
Daddy needs milkshake money.
What do you think?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So, what is this girl, guys?
Got a little glare on it. Oh, that looks good, dude.
Yeah, it looks great in the phone. There she is.
She's a fat one, too.
Yes, she is. She got a little poop on her mouth.
That might be your milkshake.
Yep. So, there she is, Miss 2017.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's probably, honestly, other than Pompeii, I think that animal right there was probably the highlight of 2017 for me. I love Pompeii. I think it was one of the most incredible combos I've ever seen. But, you can see this girl here. She's flawless. She's fat. She's healthy. And she's killing it. She's killing it. She's going to be a big, big girl. And we're glad to have her here.
That's not a leopard.
This is not a leopard? Did it say what he asked? Okay. This is the lemon blascalis. For those of you that don't know, this is a scaleless ball python. This is the lemon blast, the only one to date. Everyone asks a lot about. She got some poo. Sure does.
Oh, we'll be all right.
It'd be all right. But yeah, so there she is. You saw her live on Instagram and YouTube. Yep.
Mr. Badass TV. There you go, right?
Yeah. So I guess that was worth a secret or two, right? So I feel awful all the time about people always asking, well, what's your exciting project? What do you got coming next? What's this? I really would love to share it with you guys, but, a lot of times I end up saying, oh my God, I'm going to hit the blah, 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 I'm scaleless. And then it never happens. And then I look like a fool because I said I was going to do it and I got eggs and then I missed. So I don't ever talk about anything until I absolutely have it in my hands. When I have it in my hands, then I feel comfortable talking about it. But karma sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right.
Some helpful tips for someone that plans to get into breeding ball pythons.
Are you reading this? Are you keeping
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Yep. Okay. Helpful tips someone getting into breeding ball pythons. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. Buy hatchling females, and don't even think about breeding until those females are of age, till they're 3 years old.
And for Pete's sakes, don't think you have to go out and buy one of everything.
Yep. Find a few select projects, work with them. Get you some pods, get you some clowns, anything recessive. Put them on the shelf. Raise them. By the time they're ready to go, you will have so much clearer picture of what you need to be doing than you do right now, especially if you're new to ball pythons. Take that 3 years as a learning curve, and if you're not willing to take that learning curve, this probably isn't going to be the thing for you, because this is all about patience, dedication, and hard work, 1,000%. If you don't have patience, dedication, and hard work, then this probably isn't the best thing for you. If you're new to ball pythons in general, that would be the best course of action. If you're talking about breeding like right now, assuming that you've been doing this for 3 years, The best tip I can give you is don't burn your males out. Don't do 10 copulations in 2 weeks. Do 10 do 5 copulations over 5 months. 1 copulation every 3 to 4 weeks. That will help you in the long run for sure. And don't, if you're new to it, don't try to push your male to 3 or 4, 5, 6 females. Don't do it. Like, you're not experienced enough. You're going to kill that male.
Either that or he's going to be shooting blanks.
Or he's going to be shooting blanks, and you're going to be wasting your time anyways. So take your time, do your research. I'm always here to help. I try to help as much as I can. So, what else?
Yellow Rose asked what my most exciting project is. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it. Sorry.
We're such assholes. It's just Richard has seen me over the years where we talk about things and then they don't happen. Stuff crashes, like today, I lost half of 2 clutches because I put fans in my incubator. So I promise, guys, there is nobody more excited than sharing these new combos with you guys than me. I can't wait to share them with you, but I don't want to jinx myself either, as crazy as that sounds.
What rats do you feed your balls and why?
Me or Richard?
You.
Me, I feed, domestic rats. I feed the rats that I'm raising here now. And I do that because I buy the best rodent food I possibly can because I want the the highest protein, the highest fat content, the healthiest, bulkiest rat that's going to give the most nutrition to my animal, my snake. That's the rat that I want to feed my snake. I don't want to feed him that's half the body weight, half the content. I want to feed a rat that looks like Richard. He's there, he's stocky, he's got the belly, he's got it. So
Don't tell him about the first time you came to my house.
Yeah, that was an experience. I don't think I'll ever forget that. So, what you got?
Let's see. Do you think the albino mahogany is better looking than the cinnamon or black pastel as adults?
I think here I go again.
Mm-hmm.
I think my lesser mahogany albino that I produced this year is the best looking albino comb out, hands down. I think that I'm going to try to make it better this year. I think I've got 2 more genes to put into it, but I think the lesser mahogany albino that I produced this year that thing is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brittany was calling it candy corn or something like that. Like it's insane, and it's got 2 more things that I need to put into it. One step I'm working on now, and the other later. I would definitely say mahogany. I think mahogany definitely looks better, way better than cinnamon. Absolutely. We may lose Instagram here. What are we on?
48 minutes.
48 minutes, and I think Instagram only goes an hour. If you guys want to jump over to the YouTube channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. We can continue this conversation. I don't know how long it's going to go, but we'll continue as long as we can. So,
Calico Lemon Blast I bought last month is doing awesome. He's a fat ass. Must be feeding good.
do what?
What rodent food do you use? Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A, more chicken.
Yeah.
Rodent food is I feed Missouri 6F. Yep, that is what I'm feeding. I can pick a rodent up that's been raised on Missouri, and I can pick a rodent that's been raised on milled food or some of the other stuff. Jesus Christ, doggy bag. Don't ever feed doggy bag to your rodents. They'll live, but don't ever feed doggy bag to your rodent. Am I allowed to say that? Am I dogging it? I'm gonna get a lawsuit or something on here. I feed Missouri.
Dog food.
Don't feed dog food to your rats. Yes. I feed Missouri. I order it by the pallet directly from Missouri. And I pay dearly for it, but it's worth it. Trust me. It's worth it.
Do you like mahogany hypos?
I don't know if I've seen one.
I don't think I have it.
Oh, yeah. Can't answer that because I haven't seen one.
Favorite clown and pied combos? Princess Way. What's your favorite pied and clown combo?
My favorite pied and clown combos?
Yep.
Ultramel.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
There's no comparison. Ultramel pied, Ultramel clown. All day. It's incredible. Yep, I'm still eating.
T-Universe says my rats waste that and won't eat it. I changed their diet. Saying that they waste what? They're wasting the feeding dog food, or they're wasting the Missouri. So now you use Missouri. I've been using the Kent rodent diet on mine, which is a little bit larger block, but you get yours in a different place than I get mine too. Love your Ultramels. Yeah, me too.
Yep. Not many people have seen my Ultramel stuff in person, but the ones that have, they love it. It's something else. It's not like anything else that's out there. And it's not just because of the wither either. A lot of people think it's just because of that black bag. What else we got?
Feeding a lot of other natural food as well. So what are you feeding? What are you feeding your rats? I'm asking this to. Yeah, there's
a pickle.
What?
I'm watching myself eat on your phone because it's delayed.
Oh yeah.
All right, what we got?
Mr. Zach.
Mr. Zach Melton, you like that Ultramel stuff, right? It's awesome. It's very, very cool. What we got on Instagram? Yeah, there's a lot of natural food for your rodents that does great. But
Yeah, he said he's feeding spinach, coconut, dried corn, carrots, and berries.
I can tell you that I have fed a lot of things to rats. Chicken food, game food, high protein dog food. If you name it, I've probably fed it to a rat. And I'm telling you, there is nothing on the market. There's nothing you can feed your rodents better than Missouri. I promise you. So.
Cottage cheese when the litters are laid.
Say what?
Cottage cheese to the rats. He's feeding cottage cheese to the babies when the litters are laid.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out there that use the vegetables and cheese and fruits and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like, my wife has 4 pet rats, and that's what she does. She gives them all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, if you've got 3 rats,
I've seen in my life.
absolutely. But when you're pulling 2,000 a week, there's no feeding them vegetables. I promise. I'm just letting you know. There's no.
If you've got a smaller operation than what you got going on out there,
Yeah, it's not like.
you got to do Missouri by the shovel full.
Yeah, I'm. This is yeah. So, the thing I like about Missouri is. They drink less water with it, believe it or not. If you're using buckets, that's a good way to tell. You feed them whatever you're feeding now, and then you feed them Missouri. I promise you they're drinking less water with Missouri. I promise.
Well, they get more out of it, too, because when you're feeding, a lot of the dog food just got the corn, like you said, the corn meals and other stuff in it. That's just really, it's just filler. So, I mean, you're just wasting it.
Right.
He said, no, the cottage cheese is for the mamas. They lack calcium. It's something I picked up from when our dog gave birth from our vet. That makes sense.
Right. So what else we got? So if you guys got any video ideas or something you want to see from us, shoot them to me. If there's something you want to see, something you want to know, I'd love to cover it in a video. We talk about a lot of great topics on these Instagram live feeds on Friday night, which is why I brought it over to YouTube. One, because it has no time limit. Two, because that information stays on YouTube. It doesn't go away like it does on Instagram. So I highly recommend all of you go subscribe to the Constriction Addiction YouTube channel. I'm going to keep a lot of good information there, a lot of good content, and try to keep up with it on a weekly basis. Why are you on that phone?
Dude, I can multitask.
Oh,
No more new comments.
No more new comments. You guys
new comments.
Yep, they don't want to talk to me no more, I guess. So,
Trying to sell your cats, man.
yeah, let's not talk about cats. So, if you guys don't have any questions, we might wrap this up. Jason Capero.
JB Pythons, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Doing
pretty good.
Pretty good. Love your ultra mounts. Don't know who that is. But so what else? What's been going on? Supposed to vlog a little bit with Justin Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever it was. I went down. That didn't work out. Let's see. Season's definitely a lot slower than normal. Clutches are coming in late. The video on scaleless and talk about the project in depth. Yeah, I need to do that. I've been meaning to do a scaleless video for ever, but you know, these videos take a lot of time, and you've got to definitely know what you're doing. I don't want to just throw it out there and it not be, you know, good stuff for you guys. So I'll work on that though. I'll try to step it up and get on that, but you know, it's tough. It's tough finding the time. So, but if you guys don't have any more questions, thank you, Spartan Reptiles. I appreciate that. Thank you. Different dreams, husbandry, more. I will. Absolutely. I'm working on it, man. It's just, you know, thinking about all these videos I need to do and then executing on them and then finding the time to do them all. I may start doing like 5 together at one time and then, you know, just split them up into different videos. Maybe that'll be easier for me, you know, releasing 1 or 2 every couple of days. I'm not sure. I've got to find my groove with this video thing. I just know it's easier for me to go live, sit down, eat a sandwich, and talk to you guys at the same time and answer your questions and hopefully help you the best I can. The videos, they're not as easy. They take a ton of editing and you know, it can be a handful. It can be a handful. It's just another part-time job.
Especially with, you know, clutches getting ready to hatch. You're going to have your hands full, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure you'll find times as the cool stuff starts coming.
Yep. I mean, pictures, inventory, everything I've been slacking on big time. So.
All right. What was the very first clutch you hatched out?
The very first clutch I ever hatched, period?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got 40 seconds left on this Instagram feed. If you guys want to jump over to the YouTube Constriction Addiction page, you can follow us there. Appreciate it, guys. What were you saying?
The first clutch want to know the first clutch hatched out for both of us. I know my first clutch was, well, I think it was like a Mojave
clutch, and then the second one I hatched out was pieds.
My first one was pied to normal, I think. Yeah, pied to normal. Made some hats. Made some hat girls.
Yeah, so we lost the Instagram.
Instagram gone. So, ready to do that. So, what's up, YouTube? All right. So, what were you asking me? You asked me a question.
You were talking about the first clutches that you hatched out, and that was more clutch. It was a critical thing for their care.
Go listen to my podcast.
Yeah,
I covered all that on the podcast. Snakes and the Fat Man. The very last episode, he just released it 2 weeks ago. I covered everything down to the shed in that podcast. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cover all that on YouTube. I need to, I just need to find the time and get the ideas down and write them down on all the videos I need to do. I may do quick live feeds. This is an hour long that we're doing here, and we're just sitting here talking snakes. But I may come in through the week and do a quick burst. 5-minute video. Hey guys, we're cutting this clutch. This is what we got. Boom. It's just hard to keep up with everything. Like I was going to do a follow-up video on the albino cinnamon that was egg bound. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to grab the camera, set it up, set everything up. Look at this. I'm more focused on the health of the animal than I am that video. So, it's sometimes it's hard to have I really think the world of these guys that can walk around with a camera all day. I just can't do it. I'm too busy. I'm too focused. I can't carry a camera with me at all times. So that's why we sit down and do these live feeds like this when we have a chance, or when I feel like it's overdue. So looks good. Looks good. Is that on YouTube?
No, yep.
Is it?
Yep.
And it's backwards.
No, wait, we see it. It's flipped around
On YouTube.
on what they see. Yeah. So we got to go the other way.
So now we got to go the other way.
Damn it.
We'll fix it for the next
Okay.
time. All right, guys. So you guys got any questions? If not, we can get back to work and get some stuff done. Let's see. What's going on, guys? What's up?
That's it.
That's it. Yep, that's it. If you guys don't have any more questions for me, I think we're going to get back to work and cut it out. Just wanted to sit down with you guys. I'm going to have video up pretty soon. Like I said, matter of fact, we're going to cut this out. We're probably going to go set my new computer up. That's what we're going to do.
Hell yeah.
Let's go set my new computer up. And I appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. Maybe next Friday we'll have a little better setup, have a little more planned out. Talk to you guys next week.